Hello everyone, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Wrinkle. Last time, we have entered the body and mind of... what's his name again? Of Eugene Harrow, right, Eugene Harrow. A severely depressed and socially anxious man who is in mandatory therapy for reasons we do not know. We are currently stuck in the Rue Valley Motel, it's night, and we are very thirsty. So let's try to address it. What do we have? Yes, we have examined this. Well, I know for sure we're not going to drink from the sink because the water there was shit. But maybe he feels like it. Let's turn on the tap and drink some water before our paranoia plays up and we decide not to. As soon as you turn on the tap, a horrible smell fills the room as a stream of black water flows out of the old pipe. Yet somehow this doesn't surprise you. Instead, it's almost like you expected it to happen. I mean, I have. We turned on the water earlier. I changed my mind. I'm not touching that water. Good. For a moment there, you seem to be drifting back to your old ways, but you don't want to go back. Old ways? Eugene, what have you been up to? There was a water machine out front. Let's go pick up a drink from there. Well, god damn it. You hear the man yell from inside his vehicle. Even through the tinted windshield, you can feel his frustration.
Come on, start, you piece of shit.
Right. He is not having a good time. Judging by the careless driving you just witnessed, the man is either under the influence or another patient of Dr. Fix. He seems to be in a hurry. In a hurry to break his neck, perhaps. Come to think of it, could it be that's exactly what he's trying to do? I'd rather not think about that right now. Right, let's find something to drink. Let's find something to drink and see if our neighbor will tell us anything. Knock knock. No, nobody is home. And let's go down. We have read about this free water from our pamphlet. You jump, as if someone jabbed you in the stomach. For a split second, the whole world was exploding, but it was just a thunderclap, the loudest one you ever witnessed. Never a dull moment here. Shrug it off. Your mind says it's nothing, but your heart is still racing from the sudden shock. It's pumping, but there is nothing to use this unwanted excess of adrenaline for, so it keeps lingering, eating you from the inside out, while you stand alone and thirsty in the middle of the empty parking lot. Okay. Do we feel like some ice? Hopefully you won't have to melt ice in your mouth to quench your thirst. Truth be told, that's not a half bad idea. That's a terrible idea. Who knows how old that ice is? Plus, there is a vending machine just a couple steps away. Okay, and we are going to try the vending machine first. We are too paranoid to try the ice. The battered machine seems to be decades old, except for a newly installed, comically large reddish button. Check the label on the reddish button. It reads, "Drinking water for the people of Rue Valley, free of charge, courtesy of Coral Death." Let's press the button. With a bang and a clang, the machine vomits out a bottle of water. Take the bottled water. The almost frozen plastic feels slippery in your sweaty hand. You can't wait to drain it of its precious fluid. Can we get another drink? The buttons weakly beep, but nothing else happens. Okay. Well, let's... The label on the bottle reads, "Coral Death." Wait a minute. How come the water is for free? Think, man. Think. You've allowed yourself to be seduced by the promise of that cool, fresh sip. Stop and ask yourself some important questions. Who benefits from the free water? Why would anyone just give away something of value for nothing. Are they trying to get us addicted? But you and your whole species are already terminally addicted to water. No, there must be some other angle here. Something that's right in front of you, but you can't see it. You just can't figure it out right now. But what if they actually want me to not drink the water? You're a genius. They carefully designed everything. The button, the label, the bottle, the whole situation to make you think you shouldn't drink it. Yeah, I'm so smart. You rip open... What does that make glass sound? You rip open the bottle cap and start draining the water until you hold a shriveled plastic husk in your hand. Okay. And suddenly, the night sky turns blood red, and you feel an infinite scream passing through everything. Unbearable anxiety washes over you. Get away! But you can't run away from the whole sky on fire, any better than you can from your own past. Anxious apprehension. Something is terribly wrong. Perhaps everything. And it makes you feel tense and paralyzed at the same time. We become highly calculated and highly sensitive. At least I don't have to face it. Close your eyes. Your eyelids connect, and darkness greets you for a mere second. But, as always, the carousel of suffering starts spinning immediately. How do I let go of it? That's easy. Simply let go of yourself. Nobody can stop being themselves. The receptionist says whimsically, emerging from the whirlwind. No, I was expecting an answer. But the receptionist disappears, and instead, the fiery sky begins burning its way through the darkness, cutting several straight, narrow slits in your closed eyelids. I want us to stop. Squeeze your eyelids tight. Well then, keep craving, keep clinging, keep suffering. I have no choice. And then it is 8 p.m. again.
Still with me, Mr. Harrow?
Stop the carousel and focus on something else. Surely there is something pleasant to think of, instead of this bushy-eyebrowed psychotherapist and this lame excuse for therapy. Let's think of something sexy. But Dr. Think only seems to become more real.
Mr. Harrow, can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry.
It's all right.
He pauses for a moment.
I'm aware that you may be experiencing this slight lack of motivation right now, and will surely be coming back to this condition of yours.
Lack of motivation? That's the least of your worries while your mind is filled with this crushing, overwhelming sense of impending... Wait, did you hear that? A muffled sound of metallic clanging from the outside diverts your frail attention. For some unknown reason, your heartbeat accelerates, and cold sweat appears in your armpits.
At all times, if possible.
The doctor finishes, apparently expecting some sort of answer from you. I sort of spaced out. What was that again? He
No
smiles.
worries, Mr. Harrow. You seem to have had enough talk for today anyway.
He stops and gives you a concerned look.
Mr. Harrow, you're shaking. Are you feeling unwell?
Well, you endured the whole session stoically so far, but this one moment of anxiety, it could completely ruin your chances of being sent back home anytime soon. Try and act like the stable, well-adjusted person that you are. Success? Oh, surprising. There is no denying you're upset, and the doctor has noticed it already. Let's be honest about it. I just started feeling very anxious all of a sudden. He nods.
That's understandable. Sometimes, anxiety seems to appear out of nowhere, which can be quite frightening. But even though the experience is not pleasant at all, You should always keep in mind that it is a completely normal emotion, and as such, it will eventually pass. And may I add, your willingness and strength to identify and communicate your inner state is very commendable.
Yay!
Trying to understand our feelings is always a good idea, and very often a necessary step in the process of getting better.
Thankfully, our anxiety actually made us less of a cold, unemotional person. So we managed to connect with our emotions for a moment. He pauses for a moment.
May I ask, how is your sleep these days?
It's not so good.
I guessed so.
He seems to inspect the dark circles under your eyes.
Well then, if you happen to have trouble falling asleep tonight,
He opens his hand, revealing a single purple peel lying on his palm. There is no reflection in his glasses. Above them is a pair of bushy eyebrows. Reach for
remember,
the peel.
what I'm giving you is a mild, non-prescription herbal hypnotic drug. Nothing more.
Take the purple peel.
Hopefully it'll help you calm down and get some rest tonight. We'll continue tomorrow.
Well, if you say so.
All right then. Now you only need to pick up the key card for your room. And I'll call the receptionist to make sure everything is in order. Sounds good?
Thank you. Dr. Think told you to take this pill if you have problems falling asleep later tonight. It'd be too weird to swallow it immediately, in front of him. Let's put it back in the pocket. And this time we can examine the crap in his room. The journal's title reads Frontiers in Integrative Psychotherapy. It's brand new, probably opened just before you got here. These things have always fascinated and unsettled you in equal measure, and you can't quite say why. It's 8:03 p.m. A list of rules. You can't be bothered to read that right now. It's an older model, built for office work and the occasional social media brawl.
The exit is behind you. That's the bathroom.
Can I use your bathroom?
Of course.
Ooh. The book's cover is dominated by a stunning redhead, her face elegantly made up, her dress tight. Shadows gather all around her, but a gun in her hand shows she's ready for any threat. Not to mention that with that décolletage, she's definitely dressed to kill. Above the woman, the title. Lilith Undercover. Below, the author's name. T.J. Sampson. We are not motivated to read it. Toilet literature. Okay. We are not actually interested in his toilet. We are not interested in his tap. One therapist's trash is another man's trash. A troubled and disoriented man meets your gaze from the other side of the mirror. He looks exactly like you, but somehow doesn't feel like you. What happened to me? You must have gotten lost in thought for a moment while the doctor was speaking. It couldn't have possibly happened more than a couple of minutes ago, but it feels like an hour has passed since. And then, the sound of that old alarm clock awakened you from a daydream you can't remember. And this overwhelming tsunami of dread appeared out of nowhere. There's something fishy about this mirror. Could it be that there's a hidden camera behind the mirror, and he's secretly recording his patients? Impossible. He wouldn't. Or would he? Only one way to find out. Open the mirror cabinet. You open the cabinet door carefully. But there is no sign of a hidden camera inside. Instead, you find toothpaste, a roll of toilet paper, and a bottle of whiskey? Let's look at the label first. An illustration depicts a stoic, armored warrior, icicles clinging to his mustache, as he stares blankly through a bottle clutched in his bare, frozen hand. Below the figure, in a purple, old-fashioned font it says, Num Night, Sour Mash. The recipe stays the same. 40% alcohol by volume, 80 proof. Let's steal some of the doctor's whiskey. Okay. It's made us More impulsive, more extroverted, more indifferent, unfortunately. So we are back to being cynical. But now we are also indecisive. Okay, actually, no, impulsive is good for us. We want to be a bit more impulsive. A strong, harsh-tasting liquid fills your mouth. After you swallow it, a dark, nutty and salty flavor undertone begin emerging. But on the upside, we are no longer awkward. Yeah. Unfortunately, our biggest challenge so far has been paranoia. Splash some water on your face to calm yourself down. As soon as you turn on the tap, a horrible smell fills the room, as a stream of black water flows out of the oak. Yet somehow it doesn't surprise you. Yeah, we're not touching that water. And I assume we are not going to swallow the pill with water because of exactly this issue. Wait a second. Are you sure it's a good idea to swallow this mysterious sleeping pill so soon after drinking alcohol? Could be dangerous. We are not going to swallow it. In that case, we are done here. Shame about our indifference.
Refreshed yourself? Feeling a bit better now?
Oh yeah, much better.
That's good to hear. See you tomorrow, Mr. Harrow.
Bye-bye. Let's get the hell out of here.
Come on, you thief!
The source of the clangs is a young woman beating up an old vending machine. Some unknown reason, looking at her makes you even more nervous. Probably
I'll
because
break you
we
open if I
remembered
have
her
to.
existence in the previous time loop. She's still wailing on the poor machine, and it's driving you crazy. Well, just get away from her. Okay, let's just get our card.
Transfer me to billing. Why would... No, this isn't about payment.
All the attention of the girl behind the counter is hogged by the ongoing telephone.
Of course it's urgent. Our guests don't have Wi-Fi, the credit card machines are dead. We can't...
She pauses for a second.
Oh, hold on. I have someone on the other line.
She presses a button on the phone.
Hello, reception? Oh, what can I do for you, Dr. Fink? If it's about the Wi-Fi,
Yeah, that's kind of a cute touch here. I like this. She pauses again and directs her gaze toward you.
Yes, he's here. Of course, no problem.
Okay, so because we got to the reception slightly faster, this time she notices us immediately because her call was interrupted by Dr. Fink. In an instant, the realization dawns on you. Because of your anxious behavior at the end of the session, Dr. Fink must have just warned the receptionist of your condition. Let's wink at her. We are slightly tipsy. Might as well get our use out of it. She winks back at you, then smiles as she touches the button again.
Hello? I'm very sorry. I will have to call you back later. Bye.
She ends the call and turns to you.
Hello, Mr. Harrow. How are you? Are you ready to check in?
She continues in the same breath, without waiting for your answer.
Everything is in perfect order. Don't you worry a bit about anything.
We are no longer awkward, hell yeah. Just get slightly drunk. Exactly 1.5 wine glass drunk. Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's get you into your room.
Your voice is full of enthusiasm.
So, number 6. That's the last one on the second floor. Everything's ready for you. And...
She raises her hand, holding a piece of blue and red plastic.
this is your key card.
Thank you. You stretch your arm politely, hoping she'll hand you the card. But she is completely ignoring your gesture and is excitedly waving it around.
Oh, I see you're confused by this. You were expecting an old-fashioned key, weren't you? Well, we've decided to modernize for a number of reasons.
Suddenly, she curtails her excitement, as if she remembered something.
Oh, you must be very tired. Perhaps I'll tell you about it some other time. It's a really interesting story.
I'm looking forward to hearing it. I'm looking forward to hearing it sometime.
Here,
He hands over the keycard and puts some kind of document on the counter.
I'll just need your signature.
We are going to draw a stick figure instead.
All right. Thank you.
She barely manages not to laugh, apparently not realizing that you just evaded whichever legal trap they wanted to put you in.
I'm here if you need anything. Enjoy your stay.
Bye-bye. Can we talk to him? Not awkward. We can grab a cheap-looking pen. The clerk is laser-focused on her call, and she doesn't even notice you've grabbed the pen. If you wanted to snatch her attention as well, you failed. Unfortunately, because we are paranoid, we cannot actually steal the pen. Better not to draw attention to yourself. Drop the pen. Shit. Smart. Keeping a low profile. We'll at least take the space agency's leaflet. Coral Destiny. Let's yap.
How can I help you, Mr. Harrow?
Who is the stocky guy staying in the room 5? She giggles. Recognize him? Yep, that's Jason Burns. She pauses, watching for a reaction, then leans in and whispers, almost apologetically. The dumper. Pulling back, she adds. He is currently our only other guest besides you. So, what do you think of him?
Well, he's been a regular here at the motel, visiting every now and then for years now. And despite what everybody says about him, I think he's a very kind and polite person.
It is really strange which parts of this game are voiced and which are not. Why is he called the dumper?
Don't tell me you don't know about it. I mean, yeah, the whole thing is not so important to folks outside Rue Valley, but still.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, okay, wow. Let me see if I can explain. So, one day when I was like 3 or 4, people turned on their taps, and instead of clean water, this black, nasty stuff came out.
As it currently does.
Soon, it turned out that the Rue River aquifer, the source of all our water, had been polluted. People were furious. There were protests, town meetings, lawsuits, everything. It was a huge deal. That's when Jason Burns' name came up. He previously worked for Apex Ore as some kind of waste manager, and they said he was the one responsible for all of it, that he dumped a bunch of chemicals into the ground and let them leak into the aquifer.
So they found a Betsy.
After that, people started calling him the dumper. It stuck. And, well, the water is still bad, so, yeah, I forgot to tell you, don't drink it.
Yay. He grins. When did he arrive at the motel?
Oh, today, about an hour before you got here. Just a half an hour later, he came back down asking if I could clean, dry, and iron his shirt before 8. He said he'd do it himself, but had to leave the motel immediately because of an unexpected urgent call. There was a bloodstain on his shirt, but luckily our washing and drying machine has this super quick anti-stain setting.
A bloodstain?
Yeah, but he didn't seem hurt or anything, don't worry.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess the normal thing you would think is that he hurt himself.
And the machine handled it perfectly. In under 40 minutes, the shirt was spotless and dry.
Yay.
So I managed to iron it and drop it off to his room half an hour before the deadline.
She gives a small, triumphant smile, clearly proud of a job well done. You just washed the bloodstain off. It didn't seem suspicious to you at all?
Why would it be suspicious? Accidents happen and he seemed fine. Anyway, he returned and hasn't come out of his room since.
Where do you think he went in the meantime?
I don't know. He took a shuttle toward Bothwood and came back the same way.
Yeah, okay. Bye-bye. In that case, anything else we want to
Can I
talk?
help you, Mr.
Nope. Let's check your back room again. See if we can dig up through some trash. We cannot. And out we go. We have no internet. Nope. We are not going to waste time on our phone. Let's get the hell out of here.
Give me my coffee, you jerk!
I imagine we still cannot talk to him? Nope. We cannot examine her body.
Spit it out already!
We can dig through trash. Plastic bottles, some empty, other half empty. A partially eaten breakfast, Some old clothes, torn and faded, all covered in a mixture of grease and spoiled orange soda. It's just trash. No need to contemplate it any further. Alright then. Okay. Looks like we are not actually doing anything right now. We are, I guess, just going back to our place. Maybe try talking to the dumper. I have immediately forgotten whatever name she gave me. But at least the nickname is memorable. Knock knock. Hello, Jason Burns. Sorry, wrong dog. Okay, we are not talking to the dumper.
Spit it out already.
The paint is peeling from the wood over the door, but number 6 is new, shiny, and chrome. There's our room. Let's once again unpack our suitcase. Your dusty suitcase, the smallest one you own, is lying on the folded sheets. Even thinking about unpacking right now is making you feel terrified. Why am I afraid of unpacking? Perhaps you're scared of what you might find inside. Or maybe worried that by unpacking you accept that you're going to stay here for some time. What could be inside? You. What? Perhaps I should relax a bit in the armchair instead. Okay. Look at the mirror again. A stranger who looks like you, a stranger who looks exactly like you, is looking you straight in the eye. Alright, let's play some mobile games. Let's see if we can get better at hyper-casual protagonists by the end of this time. Not this time, I mean the whole concept of the time loop. You know. As soon as your buttocks touch the frayed armchair seat, tiredness overwhelms you. Coming to this nowhere motel to attend therapy you don't need has drained you both physically and mentally. All you want is sleep, but unnerving restlessness is gnawing at you from the inside, like a colony of termites munching on a piece of dead. Stare at the suitcase. What a pitiful, inert object. It's full of my stuff. Stuff. Clothes, phone charger, toothbrush. Might as well be empty. And yet it isn't. And it won't ever be without your help. Let's mess with our phone. And play a quick match of hyper-casual protagonists. As soon as the first wave of tiny bow-tie-wearing antagonists appears on your phone screen, an uneasiness starts building inside. Playing this game right now, for some reason it feels unsettling. This was supposed to be relaxing. It's not your fault. You're simply too nervous to play a stressful game like this right now. Alright. Then I guess let's do some doom scrolling. Scroll through your feed. That always makes you drowsy. You start scrolling, but every post looks like you have already seen it before. Same old, same old. Just close your eyes and hope the sleep will come. Your ears are pierced by a ringtone that you swore to change years ago. Wrinkle. The screen simply reads, unknown number. You feel betrayed by your own phone masking the identity of the mysterious caller. So it is the ulterior consultancy again. Answer the phone.
Hello, sir. Am I speaking with Eugene Harrow?
The line crackles audibly as if his voice is reaching across the expanse of time. What can I do for you?
Well, Mr. Harrow, the real question is, what can we do for you? My name is Percy Rugger, and I'm a senior sales executive at Ulterior Paralegal Exploits Consultancy. We'd like to offer our help regarding your case.
My case.
Well, if my information is correct, you have recently been unjustly forced to participate in treatment which, in our opinion, may have consequences not aligned with your best interests. Now, I'm sure you're quite concerned, Mr. Harrow, but don't worry. We're here to help you regain your rights.
Are you referring to my psychotherapy here in Drew Valley?
Mr. Harrow, let me be frank with you. I have no idea where this true valley of yours is, but we will work together to put an end to this undue response to your, well, unique situation. I mean, we have only known each other for a couple of minutes, and I can already see what a strong-willed individual you are. You know what you want, and nothing will stop you from getting it. So I presume you're ready for the next step in our cooperation?
Well, do I have to decide right now? This is all happening so suddenly.
I completely understand what you're trying to say, Mr. Harrow. To make things easier for you, I'll simply write down your general consent here and forward your case to my colleagues in our paralegal department. They'll contact you shortly.
Alright.
Well, Mr. Harrow, it was a colossal pleasure talking with you. Juice!
Still definitely not a scam. Before you have the chance to say anything, the phone line is already dead. Well then, back to the phone. Or not. Close your eyes again. I guess in the next loop, when we are not tipsy, we'll try swallowing the pill that doctor gave us. And as your mind begins to drift, reality fades away. For a precious moment, there is only darkness and silence, but your mind refuses to calm down, and soon your thoughts start chasing each other in circles. Okay, we have more this time. Jason Burns. The stocky man is named Jason the Dumper Burns. He is a regular at the motel, and seems to have quite the reputation in Drew Valley, being somehow connected to Apex ore and the contamination of the Rue River aquifer. He is staying in the motel room 5. Careless driving. Judging by the careless driving you just witnessed, the man is either under the influence or another patient of Dr. Finn. He seems to be in a hurry. In a hurry to break his neck, perhaps. You saw a strange man entering a car and carelessly driving away. When did this happen? This evening, but late. For a split second, the whole world was exploding, but it was just a thunderclap, the loudest one you have ever witnessed. Never a dull moment here. Your mind says it's nothing, but your heart is still racing from the sudden shock. The loudest peal of thunder you've ever heard rings out as lightning strikes the motel. And suddenly, the night sky turns blood red, and you feel an infinite scream passing through everything. Unbearable anxiety engulfs you. Get away! But you can't run away from the whole sky being on fire, any better than you can from your own path. The night sky turned blood red, and an infinite scream passed through everything. Nothing. Then, suddenly, everything happened again. Everything again. But nothing after. The meaning of what you just experienced is still hard to grasp. There's some weird deja vu. The memory seems so real. Yet, these things clearly never happened. But have you actually gone completely mad? And they were right to send you to Dr. Fink. But what if the careless driver really does show up? What if lightning actually strikes the motel, and the night sky turns red? Mind map, intentions. The combination of several specific memories can create an idea, and with enough inspiration or willpower points, you can turn that idea into an intention. Intention opens new dialogue options that will lead you through the journey of completing that intention. Keep in mind that not all that you intend can be successfully achieved. Alright, memory or fantasy? How could you remember something that is yet to happen? And again, why would you imagine events so specific? We do not have enough willpower to work on this. You want to get up and find out if these strange memories will play out in reality, or if it's all but the fever dream of a lunatic. Yet, you can't. It's all too much. All you really want to do is forget you ever even had these weird visions. To forget about being here. To forget about the incident. Stay in the armchair forever. Nervously tapping his leg, What a familiar motion. Seconds feel like minutes, and minutes like hours. There is nothing else to do but swallow the purple pill. Swallowing a pill without any water is not a pleasant task. True, but getting up only to get some water definitely feels like too much of an effort. Force the pill down your throat. Using saliva as the lubricant, you help the purple capsule find its way into your stomach. You have no idea how long it will take until its effects kick in, but there is nothing to do but wait. Back to the phone? No. Close your eyes again. As soon as you close your eyes, the images return again, each one chasing another. But gradually, your thoughts begin to slow down and your consciousness lightens its feverish grip on you. No fear. We got rid of anxious apprehension. Yay! Unfortunately, we are now back to being an asshole. It is, yeah. Being tipsy makes us an asshole, but get rid of our awkwardness. So probably best to avoid being tipsy. Was it the purple pill? Or was it the numb night? It doesn't matter. Nothing matters. Embrace the sweet relief. Like a leaf on the wind, you're tossed this way and that. Spark? But what is this? A tiny spark of light seems to have taken root deep inside of it. It must have broken away from that mighty fogged bolt of the brightest lightning you ever saw of it. A spark still without shape, still without purpose, but full of potential. A boom! The sound of the loudest thunder jerks you out of your slumber. A speck of energy, now fully grown, is pulsing in your chest. You remember this feeling? Well, we got an inspiration point. You can use these inspiration points in the mind map to turn ideas into intentions. To get inspired, you need to explore and experience something new, no matter how insignificant it seems. But unlike real willpower, inspiration is a fickle thing. Once spent, it's gone for good. A fleeting spark of mental energy. It can ignite a nascent idea into action, but is extinguished forever in the act. The speck of... Yep, we read this. And as you finally recognize what it is, your pathetic attempt at forgetting about what you experienced earlier is shattered. Let's go to our mind map and activate Memory of Fantasy. And go and verify if we are indeed in a time loop. You have to find out if the careless driver showed up again. You must know if the sky will really be set ablaze. You need to see if everything will happen again, and if it does, you need to remember. Get up. Active intentions. Here you can see your active intentions. Select them to see more detail about how to complete them. Choosing an intention will open the mind map with that intention in focus. Okay, well, I imagine for this intention we just need to go ahead and play... Yeah, suitcase currently unimportant. The rain has slackened off, and you see nothing out of the ordinary. Nothing you could put your finger on. If the careless driver visited the motel, he has surely left already, while you were sleeping. Yet, as you exit the room, the hair rises on the back of your neck, and an eerie sensation takes hold of you. Let's glance over the parking lot. Yep, he rammed this thing, so there is going to be evidence. As you stare at the reflection on the wet, dark asphalt, the memory begins unfolding in your mind again. He enters the car and starts the engine. And then he hits the transformer while driving in reverse, smashing his rear light, before driving away in a cloud of smoke. If this really happened, you may be able to find some evidence down there. We're a proper detective boy. Let's go do some detectiving. Why are you glowing? For no reason? Okay, this was just showing that this got updated. Let's check the transformer. As you come closer to the transformer, you immediately notice a couple of red plastic shards. Inspect the transformer. The transformer doesn't show any obvious sign of the impact. Look at the shards. There are several small ones scattered all around, translucent triangles and rhomboids. The largest of them is lying right next to the transformer, shiny and wet, boldly staring at you from the dirty asphalt. Inspect the largest shard. The shard is obviously part of a broken taillight. This means he's been here already. There is no other option. I knew I would find something here, and I did. So it has to be true. Well, yeah. Let's avoid getting too deep into our own head. And then, before you can wrap your head around all this, the skies are once again set ablaze, exactly as you remember, only confusing you even further. What will happen now? Will you find yourself back at Dr. Fink's office in a moment? Will you remember anything? Or was this a one-time thing, and the evening will now continue as if nothing has happened? Befuddled, you cast your gaze on your wristwatch. It is 8:47 p.m. From now on, you will have the exact time displayed here. Pay attention to it, because in Rio Valley, situations change when the time changes. Characters might leave some locations and arrive at others. Their mood might change, and they might act differently at different times. And we have 47 minutes to figure out the time. Not a great time frame. The frenetic sound of the alarm nudges you back to the present.
Still with me, Mr. Harrow?
Wait, don't answer him. He is only trying to confuse you, to make you forget.
Mr. Harrow, can you hear me?
And you need to remember. To remember? Yeah, that was something very important. A muffled sound of metallic clanging from the outside interrupts your train of thought. And suddenly, an image of a young woman punching and kicking the old vending machine emerges in your mind. But like the first drop in an avalanche, it is inevitably followed by others, and more memories start emerging. The receptionist, the thunder, the mysterious driver, and finally that of yourself, standing in front of the transformer under the fiery sky, hoping you won't forget everything again. Everything did happen again. Intention completed. You are in a time loop. As you struggle to put the memories in the correct order, your mental fog dissipates, and two simple words form on your lips. Time loop. And we gained an inspiration. Seems like you're trapped in some sort of time
loop?
where the same 47 minutes repeat over and over. Dr. Fink's voice pulls you back to the old motel room.
I don't think I follow, Mr. Harrow. Would you care to elaborate?
You just had to say it out loud. Good luck explaining that. I am trapped in a time loop. Well, ain't that the smartest thing to say to a psychotherapist at the end of your first session? He's probably going to draft you a certificate of sanity right now.
I see.
He gives you a concerned look and starts to scribble something in his notebook. You're pretty sure that he wrote down the word crazy, at least once. The next 47 minutes are repeating over and over again. He scribbles a few more words.
All right. And how does that make you feel?
He doesn't believe you. He thinks you're crazy. You don't believe me.
Mr. Harrow, it doesn't matter if I believe you or not. We are here to understand your situation and take the appropriate actions.
for the moment, let's assume that Dr. Fink is not some shady character and try to get his help when we can. Another script. You think I'm crazy? Yes.
Of course not. I'm just keeping notes so we can be on track in our next sessions. For which I think you could use a good night's rest. You should go and check in at the office. Your room is probably ready by now.
Get up. And this time he did not give us a purple pill. How unfortunate. But at least we can get his whiskey. Oh well. In any case, this is where we are going to end our episode. And tomorrow, well, not tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, we'll continue in the third loop of our time loop. Thank you for watching, everyone, and have a good day. Goodbye.